Hello, hello. Today I'm going to be carrying on my quote-unquote speedrun. Max is not feeling well. However, I'm not going to play for too long, partly because I have been mega hyper-focusing recently and I need to do some food shopping before Lidl closes tonight. Partly also because I am a long way ahead of Max. We are just about... We just started the train graveyard in our playthrough, and in this quote-unquote speedrun, I've just passed Cold Saucer, so I am a long way ahead. So I don't want to play for too long. Probably play for like an hour or something, I think, today. I've set the timer to just carry on from where the previous game, the save happened. So yeah, I shall carry on playing. What's going to happen? I'm going to pass Gongaga. I'm going to... I don't actually know what the logic is with the buggy around Cosmo Canyon. Can you just keep driving past, or does it always break? I know sometimes it breaks. Does it always break? I don't know. I don't know if you're actually, like, you can just pass Cosmo Canyon altogether. I don't remember. It's been a very long time. Anyway, let's play. So, yeah. All right. Oh, bugger. It's a great start already. Okay, so the first time I played this, I actually completely missed Gongaga by mistake. So that was a nice little surprise the next time I played. Oh shit, I forgot. What am I doing? Hello? Yeah, I should probably kill the thing. Yeah, I've playing this game for first time in a long time. Playing it with someone who's never played it as well has been really enjoyable. Oh shit, where's the crossing? Oh shit. It's given me a real appreciation for just this game in general, I guess you could say. It's so well put together, and it's nice seeing that it holds up to someone who's never played it before. And one thing which has interested me is the fact that we have so many things, so many tools that make it easy to make a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 style Final Fantasy. So the 8-bit, top-down, pixelated, yada yada yada. But there's nothing really for this. Where the hell am I going? Screw it, I'm going to run away from the sucker. Yeah, it's kind of surprising that there's nothing which makes it easy to play, like to make a game that's kind of like this. I'm going to quickly heal up. Be Barrett. Because asset-wise, this doesn't feel like it's super complex compared to many games. Oh shit, I think these suckers do like annoying... Is that lithic glare? Is that stone? That looks like it is petrifying. Is that petrifying timer? Okay. Well, screw you, I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Yeah, the 3D environments aren't particularly complicated. I mean, it was made back in the late 90s, so that's not exactly much of a surprise. So it's surprising that there's no engines that are kind of designed around that. So I've been looking into, really just hyper-fixating on how I could do something similar in Godot. Godot is an open source video game engine. It can do both 2D and 3D. It's pretty cool. I think it's, from what I gather, it's kind of like the most popular open source alternative to things like Unity and Unreal, which is really why I've been tinkering with it. I've never made a game before. I've never... Okay, are we going to be able to just drive past? We'll find out soon. I'm not even like, I don't have a coding background or anything. I think these guys suck. So it's been a real learning curve. I also don't have I don't have any experience with stuff like 3D modeling, etc. So yeah, that's. Can I just keep running? Huh. I wonder if I can. Maybe that's the only thing that's supposed to be like guiding you towards Cosmo Canyon is the vehicle breaking down if you drive slightly too far past. Yeah, the thing which I'm currently stuck on with things is hair. I had no idea that hair was so heckin' complex to model. Like there are things which make it easier to model like player characters, human characters and stuff. You can actually just download things that do that for you, but not for hair. At least not with open source free tools, etc. I believe that oh, they're all angry. I think that there's a character creator including for creating hair in Unreal. And let's face it, I'm never gonna hit, like... You only have to stop paying for Unreal if you... Oh god, what the heck is this? Oh, you bastard! My MP! I need that. That's a real jerk move. Anyway, yeah, it's not like I'm ever going to hit $1 million revenue in a year, which is when you actually have to start paying for Unreal. The main reason I didn't want to try learning Unreal Engine to start with is, I mean, it has a real reputation for being, let's say, not exactly resource efficient. I think that's maybe a good way to put it. And something that draws me to games like this are just that... Ah, shit, it's out of range. Just that it's... Let's do that. I'm going to have to use a tent anyway. But this can just run on pretty much any modern computer. That, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of graphics or anything it has. Oh, come on! Oh, heck, he landed. And that's really the strength of the pre-rendered background, is, you know, it allowed the PlayStation 1 to actually play this game. You don't necessarily these days need to have, you know, a full pre-rendered background system to save on graphics fidelity and available horsepower and all that stuff, but yeah, with having fixed perspectives, kind of like Final Fantasy X, if you played that, that's 3D rendered, but... Oh, crap! I forgot. Okay, so that's why I need the buggy. So that I do have to run all the way back and do Cosmo Canyon. Heck. So, yeah, Final Fantasy X, PlayStation 2, that didn't need... that didn't use pre-rendered backgrounds. So basically, I mean, it still looks pretty good. I'd say that upscaled, this probably looks better because the environment, the environments, you don't need to worry about, like, the remaster of Final Fantasy X. I think that primarily targets upscaling of textures, not necessarily like, I just use a tent, you jerk. Screw this. I'm out of here. I think it actually does improve the actual polygon counts of a lot of the character models and all that kind of stuff, so it still looks better. Oh yeah, there was the whole people being grumpy about that, wasn't there, with Tidus looking different. Yeah, with having a fixed perspective, you can make it look really, really good from that one angle, and it doesn't actually tax the computer that much. So that's kind of where I've been hyper focusing recently, and why I've been picking Godot, because like Unreal may be basically free unless you're bringing in the big bucks, which I will never do. But like, you know, I want something which performs nicely. Thunder, screw you, zap, zappity zap. I completely stopped paying attention when it zappity zapped. That zap. Okay, good. Yeah, it's been really interesting. Godot has kind of a lot of gaps in its functionality that are filled with plugins and such, third-party ones and so on. Oh hey, Nanaki? Yeah, that's him. Oh, I have. Okay. I am familiar though. I've been here like 10 times before. Yeah. Are there any items I want to buy here? But yeah, this environment looks really, really nice because it's pre-rendered, and you know, modern computers don't really need to do that. But you could totally, I reckon, with some skill, which I do not have. Oh yeah, hey, the first time I was here, what? Oh right, yeah. The first time I was here, I was like real suspicious of all the names and such, because like it all sounded like Shinra stuff. Oh, hello. I think you're the weakest, so I'm gonna get one of you. Oh, 4. I'm taking too long, aren't I? Let's. Oh, I can't even equip. I'm panicking. I need to go up the top. You guess right, because I'm on the clock here, people. Okay. I was basically just rambling. I do enjoy a good spot of rambling, but now I actually have to pay attention, because I'm like, where the heck do I need to go? Anyway, apparently someone's watching. I hope you're having a good day. I appreciate you watching. Yeah. Jugendhagen. That guy. He's like randomly floating. I've never understood that. Like, what's going on with him? He lost his legs and can fly by brain magic? Question mark? Who knows? Okay. Oh, but he's got 2 bottles for legs now, so it's fine. It's also been really interesting thinking about how good plots are put together, because I really like the story flow of this. Let's say fellow Bugenhagen. I wonder what the original salutation was in Japanese. Okay, do I get... Okay, I need to go find other people. The closest I know of? Question mark? Was Barrett? Can I just go talk to Barrett, or is there someone in one of these rooms? Yeah. Hi. Bring my two angry people. Ah, yes. Come see the planet. I'm sure angry eco-terrorists will take this very, very well. Being more angry about stuff. Hello. It's me. I'll stand over here. Gosh, it's so pretty, this game. Like from 1997, and all, like the only mod stuff is upscaled and then like slightly tweaked. And it looks great. A lot of the things in this game kind of make a bit more sense now with the realization that it was originally intended to be set that Midgar was New York, which is kind of wild. But the whole, I was thinking about this earlier, the whole thing with Wutai being basically Japan and Midgar having won a war against Wutai and people returning home from war, and yeah, that was where like Aerith's and Elmira's backstory comes from, all that kind of stuff. That makes a lot more sense knowing that. Also, spoilers, the whole, well, I mean, we can see this is our solar system, right? Like the whole animation with final boss, his supernova attack, just showing the planets in the solar system and like actually calling them our planets. That makes a little bit more sense too. The layouts of the world map, not so much. I suppose you go from the continent where Midgar is and you fly east. Wait, no, that's the opposite way from real world, isn't it? Yeah. Because you fly over an ocean and you circle around on the world map in this, and that means you're flying east to get to Wutai, but from America you would go west across the Pacific. Wait. I can geography good. Wait, where's the gravity coming from? Where's it falling down to? That always bugs me. Oh, hello? Okay, good. Slurpy slurp, Mako reactors. Yeah, Barrett said, so this is Cosmo Canyon her. I thought that it was part of his backstory that he came here, or was it that him and his terrorist gang were gonna come here after they had done stuff? Question mark? Like, where did Barrett get the knowledge that Mako actually was destroying the planet? Like, that's I thought he came to Cosmo Canyon at some point. And do I? Yeah, it's this segment. I thought he came to Cosmo Canyon, and that's where he learnt this knowledge. I can't remember who he was supposed to talk to. I think her and maybe either Barrett or Tifa, or oh no, Red 13. Oh, not yet. So we need to have the whole dungeon crawl in the basement thing. Yeah, one thing I've been thinking about with okay, yeah, they had a promise to come here afterwards. That makes sense. One thing I've been thinking about is the whole random encounter system in this. I know it puts a lot of people off, like people who haven't played these games. Whereas, for instance, like Max was saying before we started playing, like a while ago, that they were kind of put off, like they thought they might just feel all anxious going around the place and having to worry about random encounters. And they haven't raised that as a concern so far, which is good. Barrett. And I just bought a new weapon for Tifa, who's not joining me, and I should equip something onto Red 13. Yeah, sure. Accessory. Poison. I remember there being a lot of poison. Heck, I need to... I can't be bothered to remove stuff from Tifa. Sure. Chocobo Lore. Whatever. I don't know why I'm bothering. I should probably go rest, but it's in here, isn't it? Yeah. Do I have enough tents? Because I'm 100% going to run out of mana. I've got one tent. Heck. Hopefully that will be enough. You wouldn't want to spend too long camping down in grungy death basement. Yeah, I was thinking about it, like, I think what I would do is, rather than having it so that the challenge, because a lot of these random encounters are actually just dead easy, right? Like, particularly in this game, I know this is, should we say, less tuned than a lot of other games. And like Final Fantasy VIII obviously had the whole thing of stocking up drawed magic, which means it's just like the worst heckin' grind fest ever. I hate the mechanics in that game as much as I love Final Fantasy VIII. Oh god, where do I need to go? Yeah, let's smash it. Oh heck. I think what I would do is have, like, rather than having just a load of trash encounters and the challenges mostly just like managing your resources as you go through, is have it so that there's a limited number of encounters, and like you're kind of like, they're actually challenges, like maybe like 5 in each dungeon, as it were. Oh hey, I learned a thing. So that, you know, I think it's like in Final Fantasy 13. I've never actually played any of those. Do I get anything? No? Okay. I have no idea which rocks I'm supposed to break. Smash it. Yeah, like, in that, I think you don't have MP, so you're basically like, you're not managing resources. You can actually just use any aggressive things you like any magic and so on. Which, like, when you're going through random encounters with someone like Aerith, and, you know, she has literally no strength at all, but you don't want to use your MP so that she can save it for actual fights. Like, it's not the most enjoyable experience. And especially, like, you know, most fights are just mash attack. Which is fine if you're, you know, gassing to one person on Twitch. But can be a bit dull. So having a dungeon, rather than having random encounters, like, there's a few spots in a dungeon where there are actual fights. And, like, the first time you go into it, you have a fight, and you have to go through the fight. But then after that, let's use potions, sure. After that, you can run through there freely, but, like, maybe, like, you can redo the encounter if you so choose. Like, you don't have to, but you can if you wanted to grind stuff. And yeah, I think that could be more fun. Like, you still have the feeling of the dungeon is a threat rather than just not having any fights at all. I personally have never super duper liked the whole there are enemies for us to kind of try and sneak around that respawn, like you get in MMOs and stuff, I guess. But like, you know, a lot of games, obviously, a lot of RPGs obviously have that kind of thing. So I think I would probably not do something like that. But then also would want to make sure that people can't just like massively over level super easily. So maybe, I think this is the one which opens the way, right? I think, yeah. And then I have to go back up and around to get that materia on the left. What was I saying? I have no idea. Yeah, maybe have it so that... oh yeah, you need to walk on the goop, don't you? So you don't slide into spikes. What even is this materia? Is it worth getting? Screw you. Screw you, I'm out of here. Added effects. Ooh. That's actually quite cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, because there are some times when you do want to grind in these games, and that is something which is good with the random encounters system, is that you're not like waiting for a zone to respawn or doing stuff like running out and in of a scene to respawn the enemies, which is just like kind of weird conceptually. Certainly for me, it very much reminds me I'm playing a game, you know? Or like, you know, oh, I want to grind this particular enemy. I've killed it, now I need to wait 2 minutes for it to respawn, like in MMOs and such. Like that's again, not a particularly enjoyable experience. So having like a node where you can just be like, refight this encounter. But then, it's a dead end. But then maybe like on subsequent encounters, of, like redos of that fight, maybe you get less EXP or something, so that you're not just overwhelmingly stronger than all the enemies, but you still get rewarded for grinding. I need to heal someone. No, I'm good. There's loot. I don't know why I'm bothering with loot. Like, that's probably a bad thing for a quote-unquote speedrun. Black megaphone. Okay, that's cool. Probably never going to use it, but it's still cool to have. Ah, heck. Get out of here. Strange dead dog things with weird grins. Slightly too human faces. Around here, what's this other loot? I don't think I have any X potions for El Bosso. I don't know what that green thing is on the side. Also, I don't think I've ever seen this. At the end of this dungeon, there's a cutscene. And the original PC version, I didn't realize this, was different. The original PC version is like super duper camera go all over the place. And apparently that was actually different compared to the original PlayStation release. Like, we're talking them making a different version of a cutscene for their first ever Final Fantasy PC release in 1998, so a year after the game release on the PlayStation. So it was kind of weird that they actually did that. Oh yeah, there's correct doors to go through, aren't there? I think. This one? No. Dead end. Is it worth going around to the side? There's a chest. There's a loot to have. Loot is sometimes good. Money can be exchanged for goods and services. So yeah, I've been thinking about a lot of things to do with game design recently. And it's been interesting. It's been fun using my brain. I've been not well for a long time and just not had the energy for stuff. And this has been quite engaging. But then also... Does this go around to the side? No. Is it number 2 which goes around? No. 3 was a dead end. But yeah, I have been massively hyper-focusing on a bunch of these things, and that's not good for other reasons. You get a spider fight. I don't think we can run away from this, yeah. I remember these actually being quite tough. Oh, immediately you hit me. I think you're vulnerable to cross slash. Let's use cure. Yeah, so I've had several days where I just, you know, I don't eat for like 12 hours because I'm just too wrapped up in doing the thing. And that's not particularly healthy. It has also meant, yeah, I need to actually go to Lidl and do me a shop, get me a food. You know, I like eating. It's helpful for living. Apparently I don't like it enough to break me out hyperfocus. Just die already, you jerk. Die? Yes, okay. Just in time for Barrett. Literally on like death's door. Oh hey, that's cool. Healing. Healed up. Healed up? Leveled up. Whatever, I'm gonna ether or tent soon. I hope there's a save point around here so I can tent. Get out of here. Jerks. Poisoning jerks. I want the loot. Wait. Ah, heck. Aha! Here we go. Fairy ring? What the heck is a fairy ring? No, not you. Prevents poison and blind. That's pretty cool. I'll put you on there. Cool. Wow, that was definitely worth adding a few minutes onto this speedrun. I mean, it probably wasn't, but whatever. Which is the correct way? I think it is through that spider web. I think you have to have 2 encounters. Go away, all these snacks. Yeah, that's a dead end. I can't remember how you get to that chest. I don't think I'm going to try and find out. Attack, sure. Do all the attacks. Yeah, and advantage with this kind of game is like in terms of like how you deal with animations and object collisions and detections and all that kind of stuff. Turn-based makes things way easier compared to like real-time combat, which I still haven't played Clair Obscure. I really want to play it, but I had. Oh no, I do have enough MP. Oh, it's only 8. I thought it was more. I gather that that's like an excellent, visually, mechanically, very well put together game. But like the surprise was that it wasn't such a big team compared to like modern Final Fantasies, which are, you know, action RPGs these days. And yeah, I'm not actually that fond of action RPGs, so yeah, it works for me. I like with this that there's still a sense of time pressure, but at the same time, I like with... Okay, good, just I like with other JRPGs, like I'm thinking Persona here mostly, that is just straight up turn-based, and you can take your time thinking about it. Yeah, I don't know which I prefer. I think I would have a system mostly like Final Fantasy X, where it's not purely like I like with the Final Fantasy games, the turn-based ones, that if you have haste or if your character has a higher speed, they actually get more turns. Like, I think that's really cool. I'm gonna have to use ethers. If I remember correctly, this sucker is weak to healing, but Phoenix Downs don't work on it. So I am going to need some MP. But I've just got Cure 2, so that's cool. Or Cura. You've got Cure as well. I don't remember what that disappear possession thing does. I'm sure it does something cool, but whatever. Who knows? I remember finding this boss so difficult the first time I played this game. Because I didn't know about that. Oh, fuck. It was memory, but not on the target. That sucks. Ow. See, I had to fight this the hard way. Magic, cure... No, what are you absorbing? Don't take my MP! Don't take my MP! Okay, it's just my HP, that's fine. You can take that, just don't take too much, please. And I've used cure on the wrong person. You don't need a cure. Limit sure. Magic cure on the enemy, not on yourself. It's weird that memory cursor resets that target. I'm going to use a potion on Claude. Yeah, I like with Final Fantasy X's system that, you know, if you have someone with a high speed, agility or whatever, maybe in different systems, you actually get more turns. I don't know if I would actually have the full-on, you get to see when everyone's turn is. Oh heck, he's dead. Like, I like the level of uncertainty. Magic. No. Phoenix. Down. You. Ew. Ew. Okay, that's quite low. Like when I think like I've played a little bit of what am I doing? Cure. Let's have a cure on Barrett if you survive. And potion on yourself, sure. And cure on everyone, sure. Crap. Yeah, I've seen a bit of I played a little bit of the Beyond Divinity. Is that what it's called? Divinity Original Sin, that's the one. And, you know, getting to see the whole turn order, so it becomes a lot more tactical. But, I know, it removes the sense of time pressure that not knowing and having very simple actions provides, like in Persona games. Like, I really like how Persona 5's combat is done. Let's just see if If I die, that's actually going to be quite a big problem, isn't it? I want to say this sucker has like 8,000. Ah, shit. I died. Oh, heck, I have to go all the way back, don't I? Well, I won't restart the clock. Because I think that's not speedrun rules. Which is the other way of saying, oopsie doopsie, I did a fucky wucky. Yeah, Persona 5 is fully turn-based. Like, there's no waiting, like, there's no... it's not like ATV in this, right? Like, you can have it as your turn, just put down the controller and go to the loo and stuff if you really, really want. Let's save. Lol. Wait, I haven't put on no encounters, have I? Battle mode, isn't it? Where are we? I was worried because I didn't get any fights throughout the whole section, that whole drive, that I had somehow turned on the no fights thing. But I hadn't. So, yay. But yeah, in the Persona games, you only get to see who the next person is. You don't get to see like the whole order of upcoming turns. Which is, a bit of uncertainty. And I think I like it not knowing how much HP enemies, particularly bosses, have. I think that's cool. Like, Max complained when we started playing this. Like, but I don't know how much health they have. Like, well, just have to deal with it. I think having other ways of being able to see that kind of information is probably better, like, visual storytelling rather than just outright the enemy has a health bar. I still want to get that. And you know what? Oh, I can't. I was going to get Barrett a new gun, but he's not getting a new gun. Okay, we'll save after I do all the cutscenes. Up here. Oh yeah, you get some HP plus, MP plus material here, don't you? If you have money, which I currently do not. Yada yada yada. Yeah, we know. We've had the whole cutscene. Look, that's why my clock's so high. Not because I'm terrible. It's because I'm terrible. Different kind of terrible. Well, the scenery is so good in this, like how it looks. So good quality. I definitely, as a general thing, prefer this kind of stylized, painted look over realistic textures. I wonder how many polygons all the characters in this have. Like 10. I need to talk to Barrett, I think. No, Kaishi wasn't here. We'll bring you two. Oh, hey, they're not angry because I didn't get so many fights on the way over. That's cool. Be slightly chiller when learning about climate change. Crap. Yeah. Yeah, I think a system where, you know, you don't feel restricted in terms of like MP resources from being able to use magical spells with your wizard. Like I'm also, I haven't touched on it in a while to be fair. I'm also playing through Final Fantasy IX. First time I'm playing through a Final Fantasy entirely in Japanese. Though with the Memoria mod, you can actually press, like have a key, I think tab, which lets you switch between 2 different languages, which is real cool. So it's been interesting seeing the like differences in localization, but most of the localization in that is pretty good. Anyway, one of the characters in that is Black Mage, and like, you know, because you're restricted, like the challenge through a lot of dungeons is managing your resources. I often just feel like, oh, like I can't really use spells with this character because I need to save them. So in random encounters, they're just going up and slapping the enemy with a little stick and not doing much. So I think if there's a whole thing of like, it's not purely turn-based, like everyone gets one action per round kind of thing, like you can have different rates at which people fight, then having different abilities take longer, so then you can still do the big attack maybe, but like you can't do it very often, or rather you do it and you're unable to do anything for several turns worth of smaller actions, and maybe that'll get you like that breakthrough big damage attack in an important fight, but maybe you need to actually be more agile to be able to respond to, like, oh no, the boss is going to be doing some big thing, but then also not being able to see the turn order means you still have the unknown, that pressure from the unknown of, I don't know what the boss is going to do next, how long I've got until the next attack. Like that feeling of uncertainty, rather than just feeling like it's a puzzle. Okay, so I had that whole thing. I'm going to save again. Oh wait, no, I'll run past the save points another time before going to the dungeon. Have to go through these cutscenes. I need to talk to Aerith and Barrett and Tifa. We just ignore Katsith, Kaishi. Kaishi in the Japanese. I wonder why it became Katsith, whatever. And Kaishi doesn't sound very Japanese. So I wonder if it's a like Chinese-rooted thing. I should look that up sometime if I remember. Yeah. Oh, you've all got very tragic backstories that are actually really interesting. I care so much. I think I would also add some cool little additional options for things like speedrunning. Like, I am very frustrated at having to constantly mash the button for dialogue. So maybe like a setting which, you know, you can enable and it just allows you to hold down the button and auto skip dialogue. I think also one thing which I thought would be fun. Personally, I like having like fixed names for everyone, particularly the main party. But I know some people don't like that so much. They want to be able to name their characters and have goofy names and all that kind of stuff. What I thought would be fun for a modern RPG that's kind of slightly in this vein, in the vein of like Final Fantasy VII, etc., is having it so that like a Twitch integration can have it so that either enemies and slash or general like background NPCs and slash or actual important NPCs and slash or party characters, they can just be like, you know, someone from Twitch like types in something like a Twitch integration to get people's random usernames. Like it'd be pretty cool to be running around and like a bunch of goblins come out and one of them's called Fneb and one of them's called Max and all these other things. Like that would be fun. Why am I not getting any fights? Definitely battle mode disabled, battle mode enabled, yeah. Let's smash it. I should be getting fights. And there was a little frame skip just then. Hang on, I'm just gonna run around in circles. That should definitely be giving me a fight. Yep, there we are. Okay, good. Battle mode is still on. I don't want to have to feel like I need to restart again. I probably wouldn't, to be fair. I don't want to have to deal with loading it all back up again and so on. Yeah, from accidentally turning off random encounters. I wish I had done before. I wish I could turn off that key binding, that joypad binding, rather. But yeah, it'd be really fun to have, like, you know, random, unimportant NPCs have random chatters' names and that kind of thing. Whilst also having the option to, you know, not have it so that all NPCs, like, you know, that important NPC, Bugenhagen, is actually called XX Sephiroth 69XX. There's nothing over there, is there? Or like you meet the character's love interests and they're actually called Spank Me Daddy or something. Like, that would be a bit more immersion breaking, having like Spank Me Daddy in an important cutscene compared to, like, you know, you're running around chatting to random NPCs in a town and there's this, like, you know, old man holding a broom just standing outside his house. You go up to him and that guy's called Spank Me Daddy. That would be kind of funny, but without being able to get in the way of all the important things, all the important big hitting cutscene moments. So having a bit of variability for that would be cool. I think that's something which modern RPGs should do, if they can do it. You know, if you can have Twitch integrations. That would just make things fun. Spells. Oh heck, I don't have Cure 2 this time because I haven't had as many fights. So El Bosso will need more attackages. Shame I don't have anything like Healing Wind. I think you get that a lot later. I think this is the first time I played completely on active, and it's actually pretty fun. I definitely feel more of that time pressure. I think I wouldn't, if I weren't trying to go through this like Sonic, gotta go fast, then I don't think I would have it. I wouldn't have it also on high speed in combat, so I don't feel quite so rushed. But otherwise, that's quite a fun way of playing the game. Like, I've not even bothered to put any material onto Red 13 this time. To be fair, like, I don't need to level up any summons. I'm never going to use it. Any summons, I don't think. Question mark? I suppose Choco Mog. No, because even if it can cause stop, still, the animation takes way too long, right? That's what's... But then I did just die, and that's like an extra half hour. Like, I've been streaming for nearly an hour. I wanted to only stream for an hour today. And... yeah. So... maybe it is worth using Chocomog. Spells, let's... sure. Use with Cloud. And I will actually put Chocomog on. And... added effects? I don't think there's an effect there. It would be funny if that could cause like a small chance of stop with his melee attack having as an effect linked with Chocomog. Screw it, I'll fight. The hardest parts of like all the creative stuff with making a game like this. Like, you can easily get textures and, you know, get shaders and so on that give it that kind of the right look. There's a lot of free assets for that around. There's a lot of tools for making environments. Once you have like a camera system configured as you want, you can just reuse that same scripting stuff in all your different scenes. Malva tentacle. That's an interesting thing to find down here. I think probably what will end up being the biggest slog is making all the different scenes. But maybe that won't take too long, question mark. I think this one I have to go through. And I do get fights. I don't think you can walk through them. I think that would be the biggest slog. But so far, it feels like the hardest aspects are making characters with, like, particularly thinking of the hair. I haven't tried making clothes yet, to be fair. It feels to me like, so firstly, if it's like random background NPCs just using you know, freely available assets, but you know, you kind of want, oh, it's a gravity attack, interesting. You kind of want your main characters to be a bit more unique, right? But yeah, I have a feeling that making clothes, like, there are retopology tools around, and I have a feeling that it'll be a case of use retopology to make a new, like, mesh over the existing one, but slightly higher, and then basically color it a lot of the time. That would just be all you need. And there are easy tools for making humans, but not for hair, unless no, we're all good. Unless metahuman part of Unreal can make hair. Let's put this on. I'll actually put it on you. Fairy ring. Because when we get to El Bosso, you're just going to be using Cure all the time anyway. So making hair feels like the hardest part of making character models. From what I've seen so far, which is a lot less than an actual 3D artist. I think music is going to be kind of my white whale because I studied music production and I did my dissertation on music for video games, but that was I've written one or two things since, but for the most part I've not written any music in like 16 years. So I think getting into the swing of it is going to be the challenge rather than actually doing it. That's what I hope. Writing is going to be a big old slog as well. I'm trying to figure out what will make a good plot to then write to that, as it were. That's my current thinkings. Yeah, so far it feels like the hardest part for me is making character hair. Like, sadly, you can't just have, like, you know, like Barrett's haircuts, like just extrude these few polygons slightly upwards. That doesn't quite work for modern things. Let's keep your limit break. Any skill, sure. We're about to do boss fight after all. But I did notice that Tifa's hair does have animations to it. Sure, do that again. Say what? Oh, fuck. Item. Phoenix down. Ah, shit. I can't run. Ah, shit. This is bad. If I die again, it's gonna heckin' suck. Attack. I think it's nearly dead. I hope it's nearly dead. That's a gravity attack, fortunately. Uh-oh. You're dead again. Please die. Please die. No! Are you kidding me? Wow, I am bad at this game. Okay, we've just done that. So now we need to go back into the dungeon. All because I wanted to save my limit breaks for the boss. Yeah, I've written stuff in the past as a kid. I quite enjoyed writing. But that's something I've not done a huge amount of. So that will also be a challenge. Like, all these things are going to be a challenge. Like, I'm saying making hair feels like the hardest thing. That doesn't mean I think other things will be a challenge. Also, there are paid tools for making character hair easily in Blender, but I'm trying to see if everything can be done without paying for anything. Partly because I am broke, but also because it's fun seeing what open source software can do. Blender being open source, but plugins not necessarily being open source, or not necessarily being free. Which is also what's driven me away from using MetaHuman so far. I'm so over this dungeon. Sure. having been so absorbed in all this, it's been nice to just ramble about it. It's a form of getting thoughts out. So, thank you, Twitch, for being my therapist. Yes, cure. Why isn't there a save point in this heckin' dungeon? Usually there's a save point right before the boss. I want a save point. Give me a save point. I don't think I've seen a save point. Let me get away, thank you. I was thinking that these things kind of have human faces, but I suppose they don't. They're kind of like lizard faces in a way, I guess. But like ones with short snouts. No snoot to boot, as it were. They kind of, they look like dead doggos otherwise, but their face is just wrong. I'm not going to bother with the ether. I had too much ether. It's always amused me that ether is that, because isn't the ether a drug? I just remember the whole thing of a pint of ether in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I've not seen it in a long time. Should watch that again. That's a good film. It's not good. Are these hecking spiders? I hate these guys. Full damage, all things. Kill speeder. Yeah, keep slapping it with matcha magic. Kill the thing. Kill it. By fire be purged. By missiles be mashed, I guess. Also, Cloud is my person with the strongest physical attack. It kind of doesn't make sense that he has enemy skill in that sense. It makes sense for him to have enemy skill for the fact that he's the one who's always around. At least for now. Spoilers. Again, because I didn't use limit break, someone died. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill. Oh, thank goodness. This hecking dungeon. I mean, it got to me as a kid as well. I hate this dungeon. I mean, I like it, but I hate it. Right now, I feel extreme dislike of this dungeon. And all the painful things it is brought upon me. The great miseries. Oh yeah, it was El Ringo over here, wasn't it? Get out of here, snacks. I suppose as well, making all these various weird-looking enemies would be quite difficult, because with human characters, you can get all the like animations made already for you, for the most part, at least, unless you wanted to have anything special. But random miscellaneous monsters with unique meshes and stuff, not necessarily so much. So, fuck Fuck it, let's see if Mini works. I didn't think it would. Amazing. Look at that little buddy. He's still taller than me. At least it doesn't deal much damage now. Screw it, let's just do normal attacks. I've never, I don't think, thought of using Mini on that. That's so cool. I assume the big bomb attack it does is still gravity based. And still does 3/4 damage. Yeah. But at least its other attacks. It basically can't kill me now. Its only attack that does significant damage is gravity based. Everything else does 1. Ah, I need to remember that for future. Is there actually some other shortcut, like, for these things, I wonder? So I do have a lot of HP. Maybe it's just because I'm kind of underleveled. I'm not actually that underleveled, to be fair. Hey. You suckers. Like, yeah, this is a humanoid, so you'll be able to find animations for it, you know? Whereas big spider long legs, if you made that as a fresh model, like, it's not necessarily complicated, particularly with this level of poly count. That number of polygons. But, you know, you still have to make all the animations. I keep forgetting to do that. What is this? Turbo ether. So I missed the ether and instead I get super duper narcotics instead. Is this the end of the dungeon? Like, I got the boss? Yes. And sadly, no save point. Snakes. Why does it have to be snakes? Okay. Spells. Yeah, I don't have Big Cure yet, so I don't think I need to worry so much about MP. At least initially. Alright, Big Face. How you doing? Alright. Got no Cure 2 this time. Oh, I think this sucker might actually be weak to Bio, if I remember it. I don't know how... if I remember correctly, there's not much benefits to killing the fire things. I think they get respawned. Is he weak? Ay, that sucks. Okay, to be fair, it is already dead. Cure. It's annoying that Cure doesn't seem to keep memory. I'm not gonna lose this time, Bethany. I'm not gonna lose this time. Please don't lose this time. I'm gonna use Cure all with Barrett's. That's why I'm waiting a bit. Let's also use a potion on Barrett's just to be safe. Oh, for fuck's sake! Well, at least he's gonna use a potion on himself, I guess. Like, suddenly this will be a lot easier if I didn't have to worry. Oh, you could at least use it on yourself. You fool. You chump. Phoenix down. You magic cure. Right. Yeah, this will certainly be a lot easier without the time pressure of everything is constantly moving at top speed. Item, potion, sure. Cure everyone, sure. Oh, I don't need to cure everyone. Whatever. I'll probably take like a whole bunch of attacks before. I'm gonna keep Red 13 handy for now. He's not got anything on him, so you can't do much anyway. Bit useless, aren't you, mate? Silly little dog. You may as well just use a potion on yourself. To be fair, he's a cool character. It's just he's useless right now because I haven't given him any materia. It's all wrapped up on Tifa and I couldn't be bothered to remove it. I wonder if I would have like beaten this boss first time if I had have actually properly equipped, taken the extra couple of minutes to do the character shuffle to remove all the stuff from Tifa. Okay. Red 13 does need a heal now. If I remember correctly, you can actually get this guy to run out of MP, and it actually has a benefit. He stops me able to do so many things. I could be wrong though. Uh-oh. Ew. At least it wasn't Red 13. Given that Red 13 knew what his name was, it's always a bit weird that... Oh, crap. That he didn't... When you first meet him, it's not like... What's your name? Oh, my name's Red 13. Oh, okay. We'll call you Red 13. It's, what's your name? You can call me what you want, I guess. They called me by this annoying, dehumanizing thing, but hey, I'm not a human in the first place, so I guess it's fine. I'm scared. I'm gonna cure. Please don't kill me. Fuck! Why? Stop targeting the person who's important. Ew. Are you kidding? That's just not cool. Where's your manager? I want to speak to them. This is not good behavior. Can't you see that there's a clock? I'm trying to do this quickly and I'm utterly failing. Okay, good. Screw it, I'm going to use ether. And... Come on, thank you. Magic, cure. A bit annoying trying to select the right person there. Limit break. Come on, thank you. Let's cure all. Already been long enough that I'm going to take some damage. Cure. Attack. Alright, so that's the thing to think about, I guess, is that the person who gets possessed, I think, that means they're going to take a significant fire to hit. Come on. Just die already. No one likes you. That's why you're down in this dungeon. Hey! Excellent. Ugh. Ugh. Ceremonial stuff. Oh, that took way longer than it should have. Gravity! Oh, that's cool. Well, I'm not going to equip you because I just need to get through the cutscene. Come on, come on. Get through. Very sad moment. Oh, the Cloud has enough awareness. Like, they haven't just made a character who... I don't like silent protagonists. That's one thing I definitely don't like about playing the Persona games. Yeah, so in the PC version of this, there was like way more lens flare and stuff. Oh, and that was also way quicker, I think. Like there were way more camera movements, weirdly, and way more lens flare. Yeah, I didn't know that until I'm seeing the options for the Shinra Archaeology cut. And turn on that version of the cutscene. So for me, that felt weird. It was so short. Even though that looked way better. Although it looked way better, it was way shorter. I think that's one problem with it. One thing I've been thinking about with plots is how do you make sure that the characters have a clear motivation to like go on this adventure? Like there's the classic thing of, oh, my home's been attacked and to defend the home I need to do the thing, but I don't really like that, mostly because it's been done so many times, but it's also quite passive, whereas I quite like that with this, your initial motivation, like the thing which gets you going, start off with is you're actively doing stuff, i.e. the bombing missions. Like it doesn't feel like Cloud is just living a happy little life and doing sod all and then suddenly a thing happens. So it was nice seeing a reason why Red 13 having adventured to get home is given a motivation to not just stick with us, but to stick with us to the end kind of thing. Like keep adventuring with us. There's a lot that's well written in this game. Okay, and then we get Red 13 join us. I want to get the materia. I don't think... Is the materia shop this way? I think this is the inn, isn't it? Yeah, that's the inn. Wait, you moved over there. I think the materia shop is up here, and then the door in the lower left. This one. Yeah. Oi, oi, buddy! Wake up. Yep. Yep. I want to buy HP plus. Oh, it's a lot more than I thought. I don't have enough for it. Befuddlement. Sure, that sounds fun. I assume that's confused. But whatever. It's always kind of annoyed me that you can't go back into that dungeon. That would have been nice to be able to do. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be back when the plot demands that we come back. Alright, let's save, and I'm going to call it there for today. Get rid of Era's house. Ugh. So, I'm starting the timer from next time from when I saved it, so I don't need to worry about the fact that it's still running. 5:09, 6:12. So I basically lost the better part of an hour having to redo that twice. That's annoying. Alright, well, that's a future Bethany problem. And now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. This has been fun, just getting to ramble about stuff. I do enjoy rambling. Yeah, I'm not going to be around next Saturday, as I'm going to a friend's wedding, I believe. But yeah, certainly the Saturday afterwards, the 4th of April, I should be around and doing a stream. Hopefully Max will be well that day, be able to carry on, see what Max makes of certain events after the train graveyard back in Midgar. Otherwise, I'll carry on this, I think. Until then, goodbye.